Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a video on my top 6 cars that are under $100 in my model car collection. Now all of these cars were made roughly in the same era between 2000 and 2010, and all of these cars were under $100 when I bought them new. Now I'll take you through one by one and tell you why I think these model cars are great value for money and are actually some of my favourites in my collection, regardless about how much they cost. So first we've got the Porsche Carrera GT made by Maserati. Absolutely love this model. Very good value for money, very cheap, and lots of detail in it. Then we've got the Hot Wheels Ferrari Enzo, the Mainstone Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR road version, then the Maserati MC12 by Hot Wheels, the Pagani Zonda by Mainstone, and then the McLaren Mercedes SLR, which was actually one of my first ever model cars in my collection. This pretty much kick-started off all of the other cars that you see today. This was one of my favourite models, well, favourite cars in real life, and I just wanted to get one in the model, so that one's quite special to me. So let's just take a quick look around some of these models. So we've got the Maidstone Porsche Carrera GT on the turntable, one of Porsche's absolute greatest cars ever made, if not the greatest Porsche ever made. The last of the old school manual gearboxes, and these have just been a classic ever since. I believe produced around 2004 to 2006. It's got a Le Mans derived V10 naturally aspirated engine. Sounds amazing, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic as well. So the model is made by Mainstone, and it's a fully opening die-cast model. It's got some good detail inside, and for the money that this model is worth, everything opens up, everything is detailed quite nicely. You've got the quite nice red interior with the metallic silver, and you've got this amazing engine bay in the middle of the car. Pop it up with my key like that. Really nice model, and one of the best ever Porsches ever made. So this is number 6 in my lineup that I'll share with you guys. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the lineup. Some of the older model cars in my collection. So number 5 would be my Maserati MC12 made by Hot Wheels. I think this is just the regular version, regular Hot Wheels version. This is not an Elite, but it's quite good value for money. Again, produced around 2002, I believe, to 2005. Same era as the rest of the cars. And I just think for the money that this car is worth, it's really good value for money. Lots of detail. It's a fully opening die-cast model. and you can't go wrong with Hot Wheels models. There's mesh in all the grills here. The engine bay comes up, the doors open, and it's just really nicely detailed by Hot Wheels. Everything feels quite nice. Detail in there is really good, and it's just a really nice model to have. I mean, this model is nowhere near as good, I suppose, as the Auto Art Signature version, but those models are £300, £350. For less than $100, this is a really good buy, and I would highly recommend a MC12 in your collection by Hot Wheels. It looks really nice. You can't tell any of the missing details that you would see if you had it side by side with an Auto Art one, and this will be my number 5 model in my collection from 2000 to roughly 2010. So let's move on till number 3. So number 4 in the collection is the Ferrari Enzo, made by Hot Wheels. Again, as I've mentioned with the MC12, which this car has some similarity with, Hot Wheels do great jobs with Ferraris, highly recommend them. The only other manufacturer that made a Ferrari Enzo that fully opened is BBR. I've got one of them in my collection. I haven't done an in-depth review on that yet, but that's coming shortly, and that's a fully opening die-cast model. But prices for the BBR Ferrari Enzo are around £600-700 at the moment on the second-hand market. So I think as an alternative, a Hot Wheels one for under £100 is a really good alternative. Lots of good detail. Aesthetically it looks amazing, and the Ferrari Enzo has been one of the most appreciative Ferraris from the last 5 years. Nice classic car to get, and one of the best in the collection. So let's move on to number 3, and I'll show you that one. So next we've got the Maidstone Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR AMG road version. Now this one's a Le Mans car, and as all Le Mans cars, you have to make them, some of them road legal, and this is what Mercedes came up with. Produced around 2000 to 2002, one of Mercedes-Benz's most rarest cars ever, and prices of these are in the multi-millions. But Maidstone have done a great job replicating this model. I believe the other manufacturer was CK Models, who made a AMG Mercedes, but the price of them are a bit more than this. But overall this model is really good, highly detailed. All the openings here are metal mesh grills, tyre writing on the wheels, calipers look good, discs look good, and I think overall not a bad model. Quite rare, but let's move on to my second one. So the second one on the turntable is the original Pagani Zonda C12, one of Horatio Pagani's first ever cars that he produced. This one's also made by Maidstone, and again, for the budget that this video is set in, really good value for money, really highly detailed, and one of kind of the best value for monies that I've got in my collection. I've also got 3 or 4 other Auto Art signature Paganis that have similar detail in terms of carbon fibre detail along the exterior and the interior, metal mesh in the grills, and I just think for the value that this car is, they provide really good detail, and I don't think you'll be that very much disappointed with it. These are quite rare as well. The original Pagani Zonda, and one of my favourites from this era that this video specialises in, from 2000 to 2010. And my number one car from this era, probably not surprised, is my Mercedes Benz SLR McLaren, made by Maserati. As I said, this was one of my first ever model cars in my collection, and I am looking to upgrade this model to the CMC variant of the McLaren Mercedes SLR. I'm trying to find one at a fairly reasonable price. Price of them have gone absolutely crazy. It's probably hard to get them under £500 now. They're probably edging £600-700 for a good one. But I'm on the lookout for that, and I'll update you guys on how that deal unfolds. I would love to add a CMC version. I think the detail on that SLR is absolutely amazing, and I would love to do an in-depth review on that model. But I've had this model, this Maserati model, for around probably over 10 years now. As I said, this was one of my first ever model cars, and I still think I've kept it in reasonable condition, considering I've had it for over a decade. It hasn't got any missing parts, any missing pieces. It's got a few scratches and dents in it, but I used to really enjoy this model car when I was younger, and it used to be one of my favourites that I had in the beginning when I first started collecting model cars. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of different video on the cars from the 2000s, the noughties, and I kind of went through them, showed you my favourites. All of these cars are roughly, or other than they're roughly similar in age, they're also similar in price and detail, and they're all quite comparable to each other, I would say. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon for the next video.